How to create a WordPress test site. You're about to watch me create a WordPress test site on my computer to use for testing plugins, testing themes, applying any updates to themes or plugins or WordPress itself that I'm nervous about. I prefer to do that stuff on a test site rather than my live site. My live site gets a fair amount of traffic, and I really don't want to risk bringing my site down with a bad plugin update or WordPress update. And those might be some of the reasons why you might want to do the same thing. You might want to create your own WordPress test site to experiment on, to test updates and things like that without disturbing your live site. I also think it's good to have a test site to practice backing up and restoring your live site. So in case of an emergency, you already know what to do and you're prepared. So that's another reason why you might want to try doing this, what I'm about to show you. Now, this is probably the fastest and easiest way. This is only going to take maybe 5 minutes. It might take a little longer because I'm going to explain the steps. It also might take a little longer because I don't really do this very often. I set up a test site on my computer using the software that I'm about to show you. I do it maybe once or twice a year. And so it's hard to kind of remember the steps. They may have changed some things. So there may be some fumbling around. Just bear with me and we'll get through this. And you should be able to watch what I do and do it yourself at home. Okay, let's get started. So you're looking at my desktop. I have 3 files here. This is the XAMPP installer. This is the software that's going to create a web server environment on my computer. After I install this, then I'm going to go ahead and install WordPress. There's 2 ways to install WordPress in XAMPP. You can download the files directly from WordPress. And if that's what I were doing, I would have the package on my computer. So I would download the WordPress, the latest version of WordPress, and you'd see the file on my computer right now, on my desktop. But I'm going to use Bitnami. I like the Bitnami installer. You'll see in a few minutes how nice it is. It eliminates some steps. I won't have to create a database. It's just a really nice way to go, in my opinion. Bitnami creates these package installers for WordPress, Joomla, Drupal, probably some others. And I guess it's similar to having a web host that has an installer for WordPress. It just makes it a little simpler. They eliminate some of the steps. And like I said, if you want to, you could go directly to WordPress.com and you can download the WordPress installer and go that route, and there's plenty of videos to show how to do it. And this is easy too. This only takes 5 minutes. Bitnami is only going to take me 1 minute. The last file on my desktop, I'm not sure I'm going to include this in the video, but I've chosen to install the XAMPP software on a USB stick instead of directly on my computer. That way I can have one test/development environment that I can use on my desktop, on my laptop, or any other computer that I want to run this software on. In the past, what I've normally done is every computer I have, I installed the XAMPP software, and I had different versions of the same website on different computers, and so it was a little bit messy. Hopefully this will keep things clean and simple for myself. So it's pretty much the same steps, but I'm just going to install on a USB stick. And this last package installs a launcher. And I don't know how well it works. I'm kind of curious about it. Because as you'll see later, after I install the XAMPP on my USB stick, to launch XAMPP, I have to double click on a certain file every time I want to launch it. And this installer package here might make that simpler. It might put an icon on my desktop every time I plug in. I forget, I haven't, these are called portable apps, and I haven't done one in quite a while. So I'm not sure exactly how this works, but we'll give it a shot later. Okay, where did I get all these files? Let me show you. So first, for the XAMPP software, let's go back. I went to apachefriends.com. Let me start from the beginning here. And you can download XAMPP directly from this page. Because I wanted the portable version that I'm going to install on my USB stick, I had to go to more downloads. And you kind of saw me clicking back through these pages. Then I went to XAMPP Windows. I went to the latest version, which is the one on top. And here are the portable packages. And I downloaded the exe installer because that one has the least amount of steps. So that's where I got that. Let me go back again to Apache Friends. And if you scroll down, here are the installer packages, the Bitnami installer packages, and I downloaded this one for WordPress. And as you can see, there are plenty of others. And so this makes this software really nice because you can create test sites for a lot of different software packages. Okay, so that's where I got everything. Now we're ready to start installing things. So I'm going to go ahead and double click on this guy. Okay, I don't think I need to worry about this. Yes. I don't think this is anything important. Okay, I'm going to go through this basically with all the defaults checked. The only thing I'm going to change is this folder. I want to select my USB drive. And great, they didn't give me any letters. Which one of these? Oh, I think it's this one. Yes, here's my USB stick. Click OK. And I'm going to go ahead and create a folder. I don't know why it didn't do it automatically for me. Okay, since I do plan to use Bitnami, I can actually uncheck this. I think with this checked, it just opens up the page that has all the packages. And so I already downloaded the WordPress package, so I can uncheck this and continue. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I don't know how long this is going to take. It should only take a minute, but maybe because I'm installing on a stick. It's a USB 3.0 stick, and it's pretty fast, so I was expecting this to go a little quicker. So let me pause the video and be right back. Well, good thing I paused the video because that took a lot longer than I expected. So now XAMPP is installed. If I click Finish, it's going to launch the control panel. But since I installed this on a USB stick, I want to show you something. So I'm going to uncheck this. I'm going to click Finish. Okay, we're done with this, so I'm going to trash it. Now, before I install WordPress, let's just make sure everything is running. So here's my USB stick, and here's the XAMPP folder. And to start the software, I need to double click this file right here. This is what I was talking about earlier when I mentioned that I might install this XAMPP launcher and see what it does, because this is a little bit inconvenient, I suppose. Finding this file and then double clicking it. Not really, but okay, and there is the XAMPP control panel. So to run my server, I just need to click Start here. And this is just going to add some information to my firewall. And I'm just going to click Allow Access. So let's test out my web server, see if it's running. You should be able to type localhost in the browser. And here we go. XAMPP is in fact running. That's terrific. Okay, now we can move on to the second step of installing WordPress. And I'm going to have to start MySQL, that's the database software. And again, allow access. Okay, so my web server is running and my database is running. So now I'm going to install WordPress using the Bitnami package. And you're going to see how easy this is. Okay. Make sure we have the correct installation folder for XAMPP. Okay, now this is going to be my username and password for my WordPress site. And since I'm running this locally on my computer, or actually on my USB stick, a lot of this stuff doesn't really matter. Should not talk and type at the same time. Okay. Whatever. Let's call this WordPress dev. Okay. No, I don't need mail support. Maybe I do. Well, I'll just do it later. I don't remember what this part does. I thought mail support is there by default. So anyway, it's not important at this moment. So let's keep going. Nope. I don't want to learn more about Bitnami cloud hosting. Next. Okay, now WordPress is installing. If you've ever installed WordPress using the WordPress installer, you'll notice that using Bitnami, I didn't have to define a database or do any of that stuff, which is nice. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I don't know how long this part's going to take. Seems like it's a little slow, so I'll be right back. Okay, so WordPress is almost installed. Okay, it's done. Not sure what this is. Before I click finish, let me check if WordPress is in fact installed. So if I go to localhost/WordPress, it looks like WordPress is in fact installed. This must be the 2015 theme. Let's see if I can log in. Okay. Thank God I had the right password. Okay, so WordPress is up and running. I can log in. So I've got my new test site. I don't know what this means. I think this is going to launch the site. Click finish. Yeah, that's all it is. Just a link to the site. So now I have a WordPress site that I can do testing on. I can now create a backup of a live site and apply it here. Or probably what I would do instead is create another instance of a WordPress site using a backup of a live site. With XAMPP, you can create as many WordPress sites or any other sites that you need. Okay, for the last step, This is done. WordPress is running. I'm going to install this XAMPP launcher and see what it does. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. And if it doesn't work out, well then at least you know not to waste your time with it. So let's try this out. Okay, does that mean I have to shut this down? I don't think XAMPP is running. Okay, I guess it is. Okay, this is making me a little nervous. I don't want to install XAMPP again. I already have the latest version. But I'm curious, so let's see what happens. Is it this one? Right. Okay. Not sure what happened, what it did. Okay, let me try. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to unplug my stick and plug it back in and see if anything happens. Yeah, I don't know what this is supposed to do. I don't think it's working, so scratch that. Well, at least now you know how to install XAMPP and install it on a USB stick and install WordPress for testing, experimenting, and web development. So thanks for watching.